Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing very well. We are working through our viewer requests. They're coming in quicker than we can do them as ever, but we'll see. Dan Gill has suggested, are you better than Sully? And we all know where this is going. Can you recreate the Miracle on the Hudson, brackets, as a challenge and land at an airport? Now, I completely misread the first time I looked into this, and I thought he meant, can you land on the river? As in, will DCS let you land on the river? But what he actually means is, can you get, put the exact scenario as Sully had and see if you could land at an airbase. Now, obviously, we're not very well equipped to do this. There's no A320 in DCS, and there never will be. But as it turns out, we can actually get surprisingly close. So the proper way to do this is go and download X-Plane, go and download FXX and do it properly with the proper airports and stuff. But we're just not that kind of guy. We want to do it with military planes. So let's see where this goes, shall we? Before I get shouted down, let's see where this goes. So the first thing is looking, where should we look here? Just Wikipedia, flight 1549. You all know the story, so I don't need to tell you, but there is some decent information here. I've got a nice little map here. You can see we took off from LaGuardia 04. We did a kind of left turn, and at 15:27 and 41, we had, was it twin bird strikes? It must have been twin bird strikes, mustn't it?
Yes, it was both engines.
Okay, and that's so what we have to do is put together the picture. So here is our information. Sorry, it's not quite how I'd want to present it, but it's better than nothing there. Interesting things, we've got 4.5 miles away, north and west of 04 LaGuardia. We're 2,818 feet. Now, it doesn't say if it's AGL or ASL in anything that I found. Now, because the land around here is so low to sea level, I don't think it matters. So we'll just stick it. We'll use 2818 AGL. I think within a handful of feet, that's going to be near enough anyway. Visibility with 10 miles, broken cloud. We can simulate that. 8 knots from the wind, 8 knots from 290. We can simulate that. Take off there. It was 5.9 miles as the crow flies from the LaGuardia to the Hudson. We can simulate that. Most important things were that at the time of the exact time of bird strike, the black box or whatever, we think it came from the black box unless we're told otherwise, it was doing 194 knots at 340 at impact. This is when the birds hit. So we're not sure whether that means indicated airspeed, calibrated airspeed, equivalent airspeed, true airspeed, or ground speed. Now I'm just having a guess out there that it's from the black box, and in which case it would probably be equivalent airspeed, being a liner. So we're going to go with equivalent airspeed. Correct me if I'm wrong. And we've got the heading of the aircraft. I'm guessing it's a true heading. I stand to be corrected. Not sure what the magnetic variation is over here, but we're just going to have to at least hope it's true. The story goes, does it not, RC, that he couldn't get back to LaGuardia. He didn't have enough energy, but he might be able to get to Teterboro, which was west by about 10 miles. And the ATC, if you follow the ATC, they were clearing him for 01 at Teterboro, weren't they, RC?
Yes.
But we think that would have been impossible. If you look at the, if you actually go and physically look at 01, it just wasn't possible. So we think what actually would have happened if he could have got to Teterboro, which is the only airport he could have got to, would have been would have been runway 24. So we think runway 24 at Teterboro is the only one he could have actually got on. So that's what we're punching for. From the point of impact, which was, I've forgotten the name here. It's just below the Bronx, where Elo is.
Virginia Playground.
Virginia Playground. It was over Virginia Playground where he hit the birds. So if we can plot that out. Is 11.3 miles to the centre of runway 24 at Teterboro, which we think is his best chance. And the bearing from, I'm going to try and get this right now. The bearing from Virginia Gardens, where the strike happened, to Teterboro, the centre of 024, was 280 true for 11.3 miles. And if we convert that into nautical miles for DCS, that's 9.819 nautical miles. So we've got there. Next, we're going to look at the airspeed. The airspeed, we're going to gun as equivalent airspeed for the reasons I've said before. So we're going to convert that to our TAS, which is what we're going to use in DCS. It's going to be 206. So we're going to use 206 TAS. That altitude, I'll explain that altitude in a bit. Next, we're going to have, what else have we got here? So you can see here, there's Teterboro there, and there is a route to Virginia Gardens there. So that's how we plotted that out. Next, we need to figure out how this jet flies. When does it stall at, and so stuff like that. So we can find the closest thing we can in DCS. It's no point of taking an F-15. It simply won't be anything like the A320. So we went to here, the NTSB report, and we found out that its takeoff weight was a smidge over 150,000 pounds. Then we go to, if I can find it, the Airbus manual. This isn't a real Airbus manual, it's a simulator, but it's going to be near enough of the A320. And at 150,000 pounds here, his stall speed is 161 with no flaps, half flaps 116 knots. This is almost certainly going to be IAS, and 113 for full flaps. And then we've gone and checked in DCS for a plane with a certain set fuel weight that stalls at 161, 116 and 113, and it sounds weird, but the closest we can get to that, and it's almost perfectly close, is an F-14B, so a Tomcat, a fleet defense fighter. For reasons we don't know, it seems to have a very similar profile to the A320. Weird, huh? I know. With just slightly under full fuel, I think it was. So we're using the Tomcat. I mean, I was all up for using the Z29, I mean the L-39 and the C-101 and the A-10, but the Tomcat is what works. If you go and look at the wing shape of the Tomcat with its wings spread, you can kind of see why. It's got the closest wing shape, so I guess it kind of makes sense. So Tomcat it is today. Next we need to go and start DCS up and show you what we've planned. Really simple. We've got Nalchik here to 24. That is Teterboro 24, and we've projected directly from that. God, was it 101 or 100? Basically, whatever the bearing was, checked it all out at 9.821 miles, nautical miles. And here is our plane on 240 true. The altitude we've had to compensate because we're slightly above the ground here. It undulates by so it's 13. So everything is 1300 up, which changes the dynamics ever so slightly, but again, it's so little that I don't think it's going to make any difference. It's 2818 from the ground AGL, so it's close enough. If we really wanted to get geeky, we could change the QNH to and the temperature to compensate for that, but that's just getting a bit too far. I think speed is 206. That is our TAS, and in this case, it's going to be our theoretical GS, I think. So that will give us our 194 EAS. It's an F-14 with the amount of fuel that gives us our relevant stall speeds. Weather set, got our 8 knots coming from 280 as we're supposed to. I think that's it, guys. So what we're going to do now is go and see if one of us can do it, I suppose. So it's just going to be a big bend round to the left, basically, and it's never going to work. Never going to work. 2,800 feet. Sully was right. There's no way you can make it to that.
Yeah, he was right. He knew if he tried to make a turn to the airport, he was just going to stall it and kill everyone.
He would, and that's exactly what you do, because a human's not perfect like a computer. Even if it's theoretically possible, a human would be jiggling the controls. It wouldn't be perfect, it would be sub-perfect, and he was going to kill 150 people plus ground targets. So 100%.
I mean, the basic rule is if you're taking off from an airport and you lose power, you do not turn.
Yeah.
You just keep going straight and find a place to put it down.
Now, as to whether we use our flaps or not, I don't know. I've watched Air Crash Investigates plenty of times, and they usually say no flaps, at least until touchdown kind of thing, because you get more efficiency in terms of distance per...
Yeah, you don't want to drop your airspeed.
Put a lot of drag in.
Roger. We've started with 0 fuel, as you can see down there, so basically we're not going to get any engine boost, any artificial engine boost.
Loaded in.
Oh, hello, RC. How you doing? Right, can you see...
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Teterboro, yeah, you see Teterboro there?
Let's see.
On the left, you got to look for the biggest town on the left, just outside the foothills. That's where we're going somehow. 3, 2, 1, go. Engines are down. Shit! I'm starting my turn early. You can go wide. I think it's just not possible. You just can't do this. And who would have the balls to try and do that? No one.
Friendly, F-14, 9 o'clock high.
I don't know about URC, but my IAS is going down.
Yeah, I'm at about 175.
I think I can make the Hudson. But I'm not making Teterboro. I'm passing under you now. So what I don't want to do is go anywhere near your jet wash or touch you with mine. I just flew by me so quietly.
There shouldn't be any jet wash.
No, even if I turn it off, it still works with the F-14. Their jet wash is different to the rest of EDs. That's just how they are. I'm about to stall, I'll see.
Better.
I'm about to stall.
I'm at 130.
Yep. And the only reason, if I tried to level up my BSI now, I would just stall. So look, I can put it down the Hudson here, just like he did. I can't get to Teterboro. I'm not even halfway there.
No, and if you try and make a turn right now, you'll just put it
Mm-hmm.
into the ground.
So I can already see I'm not going to make it, so I'm going to try and put it in Hudson now, which is halfway between Teterboro and the start, so it's basically this town. I'm stalling! Don't know how you're doing, RC, but I ain't doing well.
I'm not going to make it.
I'm not... I can't go
I'm
for the
gonna put it
Hudson.
in
I'm going for
peace.
the Hudson. I've hit the Hudson and... Oh my god! Oh, I blew up. God damn it. And you're going to blow up too. Your sink rate's too high. Oh,
Yep.
god damn it. Well, let's go back and you spawn in again, RC. I just want to double check your speed's right when you spawn in and everything, but I'm sure it is. Yeah, 204 knots. I'm not sure.
Is that the
it's a
Hudson
task.
right under me right now?
Oh no, the left town, the left village is the Hudson.
Oh, okay.
It's even almost kind of the same width. There's a massive river. And you see where my smoke is? That was where I missed the Hudson a bit, but you're putting your wings back, RC. I'm not gonna... No, I'm no real fancy...
I didn't put it back.
I'm no big city pilot, RC, but... one thing I can tell you is that's
Wait a
not a good
minute.
idea. Okay, it's getting your speed up at least. It might actually be slightly more efficient to begin with, to a little bit. I don't know. This is the weirdest thing we've ever done.
Where is that river?
Look at the big... Jesus, the big village on the left, RC. That is your river.
Okay. All right. Oh, I see it. Okay, I'm at 150 right now.
Yep, you're going down. This thing is not an A120, A320. Either it's all a load of horseshit, or
It's not a horseshit because he did it.
No, I don't mean that. I mean either it's a horseshit he could get to Teterboro because we're not getting anywhere near it.
Oh, there's no way.
Or an F-14 is just so dissimilar to an A320 that it might be that. It might be...
He knew he couldn't get to Teterboro. That's why he did what he did.
That's what I think. I wonder if the wing load, what the wing loading between our Tomcat is compared to the A320. That would be an interesting thing to look up. I'm going to go look at our A320 wing area and just check that out ever so quickly.
So when they did the air crash investigation, they did the simulator runs on the same flight, with the same profile and everything, and I think 7 out of 12 times or something, they got back to LaGuardia, and then 1 out of 2 attempts they did get to Teterboro.
For fuck's sake! I'll see you said Teterboro.
But they didn't.
Teterboro's where they guided him to.
Yeah, they did that obviously knowing the engines were going to fail, so they didn't factor in any time for decision making. So then they did it again with 30 seconds added in for him to make the decision what to do, and I don't think they got to Teterboro at all then.
Well, should we see if we can get back to LaGuardia then? Okay, welcome back. We've decided we can't get to Teterboro. It's just not possible in our F-14, but I've just now been informed that they could have made it back to LaGuardia. So we're going to try that. They are now 4.5 miles in the right bearing from LaGuardia, which is, we've assumed, the centre of the airfield, and the most suitable would be 1-3, obviously. So we've got comm towers at the rear, at the front, and the back of 1-3, showing 1-3 RC. You can put that on there for 10, and we'll go see if that's possible with 0 decision-making time, basically. And because it's a Tomcat, probably not. And because we're at 0 ASL, because we're at 0 ground level now, we go to the basic 2818 feet, just to save any confusion there. Right. Let's go to save. Okay, so we're going true 340, and we've got to somehow turn left to get onto true 130. So that's pretty sharp left turn. 3, 2, 1, go. Small movements, I'll see. Small movements. Check the VSI, check the VSI. What kind of dive profile, what kind of dive pitch should we be going on, I wonder? How many feet per second? I have no idea.
I don't know. I kept the speed up a little bit.
That's how you can tell we're not real pilots. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Probably
here.
about 5 or 6 degrees, but...
I'm going to try 500 feet per minute. Oh my god, I'm doing it. I'm losing it. There we go.
Did you start?
Yes, I'm flying.
Because I'm paused.
That's
Maybe it's
interesting.
me.
Okay, well, you're just going to have to watch then. I see LaGuardia. I can make this. Oh, I just went up. I'm such a knob. I'm going to stall it because I went up, and I'm a knob. As soon as you lose that speed, you're dead. It doesn't help that this is not the easiest plane to fly.
No.
I really want to push my throttle forward.
It's heavy.
Now.
Well, in the...
I'm literally heading nearly at the threshold of the runway. Don't be a bitch. What do I do when I'm stalling like this? Nose down, nose down. Remember your training.
Here we go. I'm in.
I'm not going to make it. I cocked up the turn. Yet again, I can see exactly why I went into the river. Okay, I made it to 1 mile to the entry, the threshold of LaGuardia 1-3. And I'm going to try that again because it just cocked it up. I'm going to try an L-39. Okay, L-39. Oops, I accidentally put fuel in it, so I'm just going to have to come off the gas. Anyone know how to shut the engine down, the L-39, like real quick?
So you see the... just press the fire extinguisher button.
Done it. Okay. Oh, where's the mainstream VSI? Where is the speedo? It must be in kilometers an hour. What kind of bank pitch are you going to roll out? Okay, I'm coming in. L-39 does this a lot better. I think it's a body drag on that 14. It's just, or the weight, or... I don't know what the wing loading is.
As well. You can land them about 80 knots if you try.
Okay, not too fast, Supercap, not too fast. I'm doing alright. I'm going to make it, RC. It's Grim Reaper's private, password 1, 2, 3. Did you lose it?
Yeah.
Yeah, now we see the difference.
I'm about a mile short.
I don't know how the reasons, but for this, it's a doddle in the L-39. I'm literally just... I'm a mile off threshold now, and it's not really the perfect landing, but...
So it's got fuel in it, right? We got
it's got pretty much full fuel, the L-39. You have to go press the engine shut off on the left straight away, put your throttle down so you don't get any thrust.
I got it. I just shut the engine down.
It flies so different to the Tomcat in the amount of, you know, miles it can go per loss of altitude. Completely different. About to hit threshold. Come in a bit wonky, but okay, some sort of warning. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
Probably radar altimeter.
I'm assuming the A320 wouldn't have hydraulics to put his gear down, so I'm gonna have to do a belly.
He could have got it down, but he wouldn't have.
Wouldn't have caused too much
Oh,
drag.
you mean on the runway? He
If
could have
kept
got
the
it down.
runway.
I mean, you don't want to have the gear down for a water landing.
Now he's trying to land it on land right now.
Okay, we're just touching down on 1-3 LaGuardia. Yay! Down. So it shows the difference, even though the stall speed is pretty much the same in that config as the Tomcat. It just works better for reasons that I don't understand because I don't really know anything about these mechanics.
The L-39's basically a jet or basic trainer or advanced trainer, depending on...
But there's a little fan that's just popped out the bottom of your aeroplane. That's, you see that shit, RC? I suppose you can't.
Yeah, it's a
It's a
generator,
ram.
I think,
Oh,
right?
ram. Wow. Yeah, so you'll make it easy. So we just chose the wrong planes. Now the big question is, you're all going to ask, can we get to Teterboro on the L-39s? And yes, I'm excited
not
to find
making
that
it.
too. What do you mean you're not making it? It was a piece of piss.
I think I turned too late.
Remember, those are not knots, those are kilometers an hour. So you're going a lot faster than you think. But yes, you have completely messed that turn up. I went much more as the crow flew, and I just did a last minute thing. I think you've just added about 2 miles of distance onto yourself. Oh well, put it down in the dirt anyway. Don't stall it completely.
I'll be alive.
Well, you're not. You'll be dead and in a bloody like tower blocks window. You're just going to stall it. Don't stall it. Oh, that's 150 incinerated people. RC. Right, so...
Oh, it's on fire.
So basically the L-39 just does much more like a Airbus, we think. So I'm going to go and put them back and see if we can make Teterboro, and then we'll put it to bed. Okay, so we're going back to the L-39s for a last shot at Teterboro. We've got everything set up. We've got the bearings. We've changed the altitudes, add 1,300 feet on. Let's go and give it a go, guys. Okay, RC, you ready for this? Exactly the same turn as before. 3,
Yep.
2, 1. Engine should stop on its own this time. Right, I'm going to check the...
Whoa!
No excuses, RC. How do I get my little ram turbine out?
I think it comes out automatic.
Gotcha. It's going to cause drag, though. I'd rather have no hydraulics and drag. Less drag. Okay, cap turning on Teterboro. I can already feel how much better this is than the F-14. It must be a wing loading thing. It's got to be, RC.
Yeah.
The viewers will come up with something. They'll figure it out for us. Don't you worry. Right, concentrate cap. VSI is there. That's 1,000 feet. It's in metric, isn't it? 1,000 watts per watt. I don't know. No idea what that means. I'm just going 1,000 somethings per something. Don't go too low, RC. You'll never get it back once you've done it. Energy is not kind like that.
Server password.
1, 2, 3. 160 clicks per hour. No, it's not. It is not. Sorry, RC. I was telling you lies. It is not.
Oh, okay.
I
Alright,
just
well, I'm
assumed.
at 160 right now. 170 right now.
I'm 160 as well. Exactly. Right. The key thing is you've got to keep efficient, so you mustn't let it drop past a certain amount. And I'm assuming that amount is going to be like 140, 130. Because as soon as you get that alpha up, that is just going to scrub all your energy into friction, isn't it? So you've got to keep that VSI and the speedo kind of matched where they're comfortable. Oh, we're not going to make it, even in these beasts. We're not going to. We're not going to make it, RC.
No, probably not.
He was right to ditch. He never would have made it back to LaGuardia because he would need to decide. 30 seconds it takes to decide. I wouldn't have made it back to LaGuardia. I could make it back to the river, even in the F-14, and easily make it with the L-39. And Teterboro is just not going to happen. I think Sully was right. And plus, I'm a big Tom Hanks fan, so...
I haven't seen the movie. I was telling Obi, I used to see Sully all the time because he lives where I used to work.
Oh, cool.
He used to be a fire. Nice guy.
Roger. Nah, we're going down, RC. We're going down, I'm afraid. He was right. And if anyone's qualified to tell who was right, it's Grim Reapers on YouTube.
In a completely different plane.
Just a completely fantasy flight engine. Right, I'm going down. And it's going to be ugly because I'm going down in the middle of a city, RC. This is what would have happened.
Oh, you're going to die.
NTSB, you guys don't know what you're talking about because I'm about to hit the goddamn something. I'm not going to put my flaps down. I'm going to put my flaps down. I can't help it.
Oh, I'm good. Everybody's alive.
Flaps are going down. Yes, I've just squeezed a few more meters out of it. Okay, down I go.
Oh, there you go.
That's
Watch out for that building.
That's a sig grate. Oh, sorry, Mavis. How far do we make it? Where was Teterboro? It was bloody mile. Oh no, look how close I was to Teterboro. I was so concentrating on not stalling.
It wasn't that far.
I made it to about 1.5 miles to Teterboro. No, he wouldn't have made it. He wouldn't have made it. All right, guys. I think we've done the NTSB's job for them today. Any further comments?
What do you want to do for a picture?
Oh yeah, shit, we've got to go and do that.